Hello and welcome to KLTV's Innovate Inspire Stories of Vision and Impact, where we shine a light on the remarkable journeys of entrepreneurs, leaders, and changemakers who are reshaping the business landscape and inspiring our communities. Today, we're thrilled to have with us Anila Kouser, the visionary CEO of Learning Direct Forum, a community interest company committed to unlocking potential through education. Learning Direct Forum focuses on empowering the unemployed and non-English speakers, offering them not just language skills, but a bridge to greater opportunities in society and the workforce. Anila's mission is to open doors for those who are seeking to improve their lives and integrate more fully into the community. Join us as Anila shares her inspiring stories and journey of how our Learning Direct Forum is making a meaningful difference in the lives of many. Anila, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Tell us about your background and history. What motivated you to work in your chosen field?
Initially, I'm a qualified teacher. Started off teaching in secondary schools, primary schools. Thought, okay, this is not something I would like to do long term. So after that, I managed to start working for Bradford College, and there they did something to do with employment. So that's when I went off to work with the unemployed, help them gain the skills and qualities to get back into work. So I thought, okay, this is something I enjoy doing, and long term, this is what I'd like to do. I had a vision of opening up my own company, but I was unsure where to start. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't have to get there. So I went on for 4 years working for other training providers, trying to learn how to run a business, how to start a business. I started working for Net UK National Employer Training. That's purely based around helping the unemployed get back into work. And whilst I was delivering these courses for Net UK, that's when I kind of realised I know there's a stigma around people that they don't want to work, or they're just lazy. That's why they're on job seekers allowance or universal credit, what we call it now. But working with these guys, listening to their stories, I think that changed things. It's not all the people that are on universal credit are just on universal credit because they're lazy and they don't want to get out of bed and go to work. It's purely because, for example, I'll give an example of mums that have come out of work, they've had children, they've thought, okay, we're going to provide for our children or not work for a while whilst they're on maternity leave. So they take 5 years off work, some of them. And then when they're trying to get back into work, it's really hard for them to get back into work because they've got low self-esteem, lack of confidence. It's not that they don't want to work, they just need to work on their confidence and self-esteem to get back into work. I think that's the problem. And then when they go for interviews, a lot of them suffer from anxiety. And then when they put on the spot, ask direct questions, they're unsure what to say, and therefore they don't get the job. And eventually, because they've been to so many and they've been rejected, they do tend to give up. So that's where we come into it, Learning Direct Forum CIC. So we're here to do workshops for people, help them build their confidence, help them with their self-esteem, do some interview workshops with them, mock interviews, etc., just to help them build their confidence before they actually go out for a job, etc., or anything. So that's where I started, just talking to people.
So when did you actually set up then Learning Direct Forum CIC?
So Learning Direct Forum CIC was set up in March 2023.
Oh, so it's relatively a new business.
It is, so it's almost been a year now.
Okay.
It's a new business. I started off from my attic actually. I started off from home, just trying to figure everything out, what I need to do. I did speak to a couple of people that did help to start off with, but I feel as though when I was starting, because I didn't really know the industry, I know teaching, but working for another company and teaching for them was all about just delivering courses, marking the work, speaking to learners and helping them progress onto work. But actually starting up, registering your company, getting the referrals for it, and again, funding was a big issue because when I initially started up, everything was my own. I paid for my office, deposit, etc., everything, registering my company. So that was a struggle to start with because I didn't know where to go. And the people I did find someone to register my company who charged me an arm and a leg actually.
Okay.
I know it's £30, but I ended up paying $4.50 to register my company and pay for the article, which I later found was a lot more. So I think because I didn't know where to start from, there were a lot of people out there that were taking advantage of the fact. I got a lot of people saying, oh, actually, Anila, you don't need to do that. It's not going to work. You've got funding. It's dropped. It's not like it used to be anymore. There's a lot of people that are doing it. You know, referrals, people that don't want to work. I think the thing I find is people always refer to unemployed people as they do not want to work. From my experience for the past 8 years whilst I've been doing this, working with unemployed, I've not met that many people that have actually said, actually, I just don't want to work. There's always a reason behind why they don't want to work or why can't they work.
Or why can't they work?
Yeah.
Just asking you about the funding, and also what was your support mechanisms to get Learning Direct Forum up and running?
My mechanism was just research, try, and if that fails, just try again. That's when I started working with the council, and they guide Kirklees Council, yes, Tracy Sheldon and Aaron, I don't know his name, but if they were really good with help, so they advised me. Again, I applied for a lot of funding to begin with. I was rejected many times, but then my goal was I knew I had to keep going. I knew I was going to keep getting knocked back, but I had to keep going. And then my first funding did come through, which was for ESOL, which was via the National Lottery.
And ESOL is English?
English for speakers of other languages. Okay. So there's...
So, are you bilingual?
Yes, I am.
So just share with us some of the languages you may have to connect with your clientele.
So Punjabi, Urdu,
English,
Hindi, and yes, and English as well.
Wow.
English is my first language,
yeah.
but I can speak, whereas I can speak 4 languages.
Okay, wonderful. And does you, by you speaking 4 languages, help you to connect with a wider audience?
It does, yes. Because I feel as though if they know I can speak their language and they don't understand it, I can translate. And they feel like they can talk to me a bit more, then they feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah. And I guess your teaching background really enables you to connect with them on another level.
It does, yeah, definitely.
So community, so you've got personal, professional, and community levels.
Yes.
Yeah. So give us a few milestones that you've had and some big things you can say, I'll never forget that. You know, you've been in business for a year, but you've also done this prior to setting up your own business. Any milestones you want to share with us? Or celebratory points?
I think the first was from moving from my attic into my office. That was a big step up for me as well, moving into my office, starting up on my own, delivering courses on my own. I've literally started everything on my own. I've got directors, etc. But because I'm in the teaching field, I know what needs to be done most of the time. So just starting up and getting where I am today, I think it's a massive achievement to say where I started from having no contacts, not knowing what I need to do, have to go about things, but just knowing what I want to do, and sitting here today and being able to talk about it. I think that's an achievement of its own.
How did you bring your business to the market then? How do you market the business? Who do you work with? Is it colleges, universities, community centres, mosques, temples, churches? How do you connect with your clients?
So at the moment, it's been mainly community. So I've been attending community centres, talking to people, individuals, asking them what they want, or even sometimes I'm out, so I'll meet someone that be unsure about something, and they'll need a hand, and I'll hand them a leaflet. Actually, if your English isn't great, I can support you. This is what we do. Hand them a leaflet. I've also met, because we're also doing food parcels at the moment as well, meeting homeless people on the streets, offering them food parcels, giving them a leaflet, my number. But another big thing I'm doing at the moment is I'm working quite closely with Job Centre.
Okay, that's.
So I'm going out to Job Centre fairs and events that they have, and I'm sitting there and I'm actually talking to people. So whilst they've got a meeting with a work coach and they're waiting, there's a table of different organisations that are sat there to support these people, and then they'll come and talk to us and just explain what they want, and then I will explain to them what I can do. So, sorry, back to this. I think when you mentioned a big achievement, I think a big achievement for me is being able to go into the job centre for my own company and advertise my own courses, because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and my struggle was, how do I get
to market
through Job Centre? And that's something I'm doing. I was in Dewsbury last week, I'm in Huddersfield next week, so yeah.
Listening to some of your background story as well, are you pulling a wage from it now, ish?
I will be pulling a wage from it hopefully next month, but for the past year I've not had anything from what I've just been giving out, but I've not had a wage for a whole year.
So what keeps driving you then?
It's my dream. It's something I've been wanting to do for 4 years. It took me so long to get here, and I feel like I am so close now, and I just have to keep going. I cannot stop. I know there's can be many obstacles in the way, which there have been in the past, and I just need to find a way to overcome them and keep going.
I'm truly feeling inspired by you because you're working off grid in a sense, aren't you? It's not what I would call a statutory role that fits nicely into the council's structure or the DWPs.
No.
This is all about building up a community profile and getting people to trust you.
Yeah.
Do you get a pushback from certain communities because you're a very dynamic woman and you're out there on your own? Does the culture of certain communities kind of push back at that? Have you experienced any of that as a challenge?
As the moment, I have not, but there was one incident I had where I had a course and the lady was a lot older than me. I think she was in her late 50s. Her issue was she didn't want me to deliver the course because she felt as though I'm the same age as her granddaughter and she feels as though she won't be able to learn anything from me, which I understood. I agreed with her because she's got more life experience than me, whereas I've just been to uni, college, etc., and I've gained all the skills and qualities from there. But this lady had a lot of life experience, so I did relate to her in many ways, but I also explained in a way, as we go along, things change, things are changing all the time. I will learn something from you and you might learn something from me, because that's how we go. We're always learning things. It's not that you're just going to learn from me and then go take nothing away. I'll take a lot away from you as well. And if I didn't attend my PGC, what I did, I probably wouldn't be here because I've had the training to stand up here. I'm able to talk and explain more to you about things that you may not be aware of, and surely I'll be taking things away from you too.
It's a real tricky one for entrepreneurs from diverse communities because we have to, and I think he's right, we respect our elders, but sometimes that respect can actually stop you from growing your business.
It can, yes.
Yeah. Have you had anything like that that's kind of prevented you from moving forward in straight lines? I mean, there's nothing straight lines in business.
No, there isn't.
Right?
There's always a bit light.
But culturally speaking, you're managing to navigate around that and through that and over that.
I am, yes. I feel as though sometimes some males may not want to be taught by a female. I think I found that quite a lot in certain cultures. They feel as though they can't learn anything from a woman, which...
I know. I can empathise with you and I understand. But you're still rocking and rolling and you're still pushing through, and I'm ever so inspired by you and very proud of what you're doing, because you're a change maker.
Yeah.
You're showing other young Asian women that it can be done.
Oh yeah, of course
with perseverance and resilience. What do you get out of it, then, you personally?
For me, I enjoy helping other people. So if I've taught a course, delivered a course to some, or even training, and then that person's been out of work for, let's say, 10 odd years, and then they've gone back into work, that's an achievement for me, because I feel like I've helped somebody else within their career and their confidence to get back into work. I enjoy helping people because I feel as though education is a lifelong journey that cannot be taken away from you, will be with you forever, and then the doors are opened, you can do anything with that.
Well, you're certainly showing that, because you're like, 10, 15 years of teaching now, isn't it?
I have, yes.
And a bit more, so well done. Just a quick question before we wrap up is, what would you say to any of those young entrepreneurs out there, regardless of their ethnicity and culture? What's the 2 things you've learned about business?
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to set you back. They're going to tell you can't do this, it's a waste of time, why don't you just go get yourself another job in teaching, because you can. I would say just go for it. There's going to be many obstacles, do not stop, keep going, and just keep going, because in the end, if it's something you want to do, there's nothing at all stopping you from doing it.
I love that advice, but what about those like Tracy Sheldon, Kirk Lees? You can get advice from...
Oh yes, and we've got TSL. I know their teams...
TSL? Third
sector leaders. I know they're helping a lot of new startups. I know they've got a new project in the pipeline that is really useful and really helpful, because one thing I've learned within the council is if this a specific person can't help you, they will refer you on to someone else that can help you. So there's a lot of help within Kirklees Council if you are looking to start up a business or anything else.
And if you want to get hold of Anila, Learning Direct Forum, just look at the address at the bottom of the page here. Thank you. So thank you. And keep in touch and come back and tell us all about what you're doing. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that wraps up another enlightening episode of KLTV's Innovate and Inspire Stories of Vision and Impact. A huge thank you to Anila Kouser for joining us today and sharing the incredible story of Learning Direct Forum CIC. A dedication to education and community empowerment is a beacon of hope and a testament of the power of visionary leadership. For those inspired by Anila's story and looking to learn more about Learning Direct Forum CIC or to access their services, we can encourage you to reach out and discover how you can be part of this transformative journey. You can contact Anila at anilearningdirect.co.uk. Remember, each one of us has a potential to make a significant impact in our communities and beyond. It's about taking the first steps towards change and believing in the power of innovation and inspiration. Be sure to tune in next time for more stories of remarkable individuals making a real difference in our communities and the business world. Until then, keep dreaming big and pushing boundaries. Thank you for watching and see you on the next episode of Innovate and Inspire. Bye for now.